Fear Street is back with its fourth entry, Prom Queen, this time a more direct adaptation of the R.L. Stine book. Now, I liked but didn't love the original trilogy from a few years ago, though I did find them to be a fun enough time, but unfortunately, this is a step down from those movies. This standalone story takes place in the 80s and tries to emulate the feel of classic slashers from that time period, though I'd say this only captures that vibe pretty loosely. It obviously features a soundtrack filled with tunes from that time period, and the way the characters dress is fairly similar to 80s movies, though I'd say compared to the previous trilogy where each time period felt a little more immersive, this felt pretty bare bones in recreating that feel, with most of this feeling like obvious cosplay. At a glance, I can see it having taken place in any time period after the 80s, to be honest. And that wouldn't even be the biggest deal if at least it excelled in just being a fun slasher. And while the kill sequences can be fairly entertaining here, a lot of this just feels like it's borrowing from other films that did this better. Ironically, a number of which aren't even from the 80s. Character dynamics felt like something straight out of Mean Girls, the prom setting for most of the carnage is straight out of Carrie, while the main character's backstory is pulled right out of Scream. I don't know if this just so happens to be how the book plays out, as I never read it, so I don't know if it's just coincidence that it feels so similar to movies that came out after the original book, but those are all I could think of the entire time. And I found it to be distracting, along with some pretty cheesy dialogue that never felt like it matched the actual moment. Like, there are times after a brutal death scene where it just felt like some of the surrounding characters remained way too calm, and both what they said and how they delivered it just didn't match the moment. So overall, I found this to be pretty surface level and poorly cobbled together. I didn't think it was flat out awful. I mean, you can certainly do worse, but overall, it's a pretty forgettable experience.